I've heard people say that this card is rubbish. I've heard people say that there's not enough star power on this card. Are you telling me that Sean Dundee Strickland, the third ever Australian UFC champion, the only person to avenge Robert Whittaker from the Israel Adesanya loss, doesn't warrant our respect on this card? Come on, bro. Oh, Izzy and Rob are friends again now? We cool again, Izzy. Sydney loves you. Back, you know. Thug Rose! Thug Rose! Now, believe it or not, I've been a UFC fan since, like, you know, 1 to 10, 11 to 20, we got Pride, we got Volume 22. No, been doing this. Can't believe I paid $15 for these back in the day. Crazy. Like, who do you know that has a Bobby Green Juggalo t-shirt? Official UFC. You probably didn't even know that existed. The back looks like a typical Bobby Green shirt, but Thug Rose! Thug Rose! And I even used to train myself and competed in tournaments, both jiu-jitsu and MMA tournaments, no-gi and gi jiu-jitsu. I have one video because videos weren't common back then. So when the UFC comes to Sydney, I like to get amongst all of it. I just happen to be in Sydney today. I bought a bunch of gloves, a paint marker. What could happen? What could go wrong? What could go right? Let's see. Okay, see if we can meet any UFC fighters today walking around the city. Got a couple of gloves, got a paint pen. Let's see. Be sick if we do. Worst case scenario, we're definitely going to Circular Quay to the big UFC sign.
A few moments later.
What the fuck? This man chose Oliveira. That's insane. One down. It was absolutely insane. I thought about having a pub feed. I thought about going to a restaurant. I thought about just having a better option than the old Dirty Bird. But then I thought, I kind of want a Pepsi Freeze, so let's go the Dirty Bird. I could have had a normal meal and a Pepsi Freeze, but... And what's crazy, I saw the sunglasses to the back, I saw the real gold chain, you know, the physique, everything like that, and I just instantly thought it was some dude from West Sydney. And then someone rolled up to him and like, oh my god, can I get a photo? And as he turned his profile, I'm like, no, I have manifested this. And I was like, yo, can I get the photo? Like, I would have looked like an absolute nerd when that happened, but who the hell is prepared to see Charles Dubronx Oliveira at KFC? Word on the street is, he was super upset that they ain't brought the Crushers back yet. Fix that. I am so stoked. I bought, I want to say 2 pairs on eBay. I meant to do this last year, but ran out of time. This year, I remembered. So we got Charles Oliveira so far. From this hotel, they got security and UFC gear and all this. Someone's about to come out. I don't know if anyone's still coming, but there's still buses here, there's still security. Hopefully we find Sean. I was gonna get Jimmy Crute, and I kind of regret it now when I got the photo with him. I could have got one of the Tafa brothers. I'm honestly not sure. They are twins. If they're not twins, they're almost identical. But I could have got Jimmy Crute. He said okay, be quick about the photo because they got to leave, so I didn't want to press it. I did have it in my hand. And then also, I only brought 2 with me. Did I know if I was going to be in Sydney? I don't know what. And I kind of wanted Sean Strickland, so I fumbled the bag, boys. If you don't know by now, when the UFC rolls into town, they essentially put on a whole show across the entire city. You've got the open workouts at Town Hall. Infamously last year, Sean Strickland put out the call to anyone to come spar him if they had equipment. Then a flyweight took up the challenge. It's pretty wild, but he did actually get homie some tickets too, so that's pretty sick. I remember too last year, like Justin Gaethje just randomly walking through the crowd, everyone mobbing him, then he just hopped on like one of them line bikes and just went down George Street. Like, insane.
It's fucking party, Raj.
I know before the party, the work must be done. You prepared in Sydney, you're from Sydney, fighting in Sydney. What does this all mean to you?
I'm home. It's very close to my heart, and I've had a long time off, and I feel like I've prepared well, and I'm ready to put on a show. What's up, Sydney? It's been a while. 2019. Hands up if you were there in 2019 when I became undisputed UFC champ. Hands up. Yeah. It's been a while. It's been a while. I've been fighting all over Australia for years. Adelaide, Easy Fury. Fought there like 12 times. Fought in Melbourne, Hex, AFC, all that. And even in the UFC, I said I was gonna turn the A into a U, and I did. I'm a man of my word. But now, honestly, I've been in Sydney like twice now, but I've never fought in Sydney. Not even in kickboxing, so I look forward to putting on a show for you guys. I really look forward to putting on a show for you guys.
I also went to the press conference, which, if you don't know, probably goes down as one of the greatest press conferences of all time.
He's gonna retire. He's a fucking legend in this game. I don't want to give you a history lesson, but it's all divine timing. It makes sense. So, ni hao, si fu, why ni?
No, guys, man, it's a uphill fight. Tall man, tall kickboxer, dude, but I'm ready to give it to the fucking gods to fight the fucking Chinaman, dude. I'm ready to embrace the Bisping, to give up the fucking eye. I'm ready to give what it fucking needs to give. Because not only do I represent America, but I represent you guys. I represent you motherfuckers. Anytime some shit goes down, I always use my fucking platform to talk for you guys. When you guys are throwing pregnant women in fucking jail, I use my platform to talk about you guys.
Sean was in his bag. Manel Cop was going nuts. Tai Tuivasa is throwing out one-liners like...
Where's it from? I thought at the same time Edison from with all these small guys.
Let's go.
My mate hangs out with Lebos for 2 days and starts fighting everyone.
Insane.
They say revenge is sweet, and if you know me, I got a sweet.
Your coach said that you guys should be into the injury. What you want? What you want? What you want? Yeah. Shut the fuck up. Sit down. Your team sit down. Sit the fuck down. Sit the fuck down. Sit the fuck down. Sit the fuck down.
I reckon there's going to be a lot of loose cuts on Sunday.
So all these events happen. There's also like Q&As, meet and greets throughout the town. You should definitely check out the UFC Australian, New Zealand account to see where little bits and pieces are happening, but also Howlerhead, UFC Gym, because they pop up everywhere. And they also bring out extra fighters, as you saw earlier. I just happened to run into Charles Du Bronx at KFC. Like, what? Crazy. I started hearing them saying we're going to cut the line off, and I thought it was the line to get in, not the actual, or the line inside, not the line to get in. Don't tell me we're going to be the last person to miss out. I got to chat to Gaethje, good dude, got a photo. On the day too, there's a bunch of meet and greets, I believe. Charles Oliveira's doing one. I think Marab's meant to be here. Joanna Young Jacek, and maybe a few others. But like, insane. The UFC makes an entire event out of the week. So if you were down here from another country, another state, or even if you're just the Sydney sider, get amongst it and feel that energy. These events throughout the city, the meet and greets, the Q&As, the weigh-ins, the press conferences, all of these are free. Absolutely free. If you are willing to line up to get decent seats, or seats at all, or standing room, free. Absolutely free. It is an incredible week if you're able to go and see everything. I was able to go and see most of the things last year. Blew me away. If you can get out to it, 100% get to it. My prediction, I think Sean won the first fight. I think he comes out and cements it in the second one. And I think Jimmy Crude has a crazy showing. And Weili's undeniable. The only person that can stop her is Rose Namajunas when Rose wants to. Let me know your thoughts, your predictions, everything like that, and maybe I'll see you at an event. Leave a comment, like, share, subscribe, all that cliche YouTube stuff. Peace. I feel like maximum I'm going to be here is like 4 hours, so 24 bucks for parking. It's not too bad. We'll run that.
All I know is I'm gonna knock this motherfucker out. That's it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Last time I fought in Australia.
Remembers when he pulled his cup out and just started beating him in the dick? Crazy. Or when Gary Goodridge just elbowed the shit out of someone. Honestly didn't think there'd be this big a lineup because Izzy's doing one in Rosebery or something, but I don't even know how to get to the shops.
Fans are invited to the UFC Fan Experience on Friday, September 8th from 3 to 7 p.m. at Kudos Bank Arena, Florida.
And I didn't film it, but I also bumped into Volk's coach as well. So throughout the entire week, won Sydney over single-handedly. So much so that we booed Izzy. Now, part of that is what happened with Rob. Me personally, I feel like Rob won the second fight. Is what it is. But, like, you could tell Izzy was uncomfortable with that. And then, like, I remember commenting, because the new game was coming out, Izzy was on the cover. I'm like, what happens if Sean wins? Spoiler alert, he won. Like, the man took down Israel Adesanya with nothing but a Philly shell to defend himself. Insane. Well, I've been doing this. But we haven't been doing this. Although I did film last year, so I can show you what to expect. But I did mean to release it last year. Does that make sense? In before the comments of someone saying he's trying to be the Australian Nina Drama. There is only one Nina Drama. I could never.
Hey, you gonna beat you up.